Breaking news, the Mariners did something. The Mariners just signed AJ Pollock to a 1-year, $7 million deal. We're going to go over how this trade affects the team, how this lineup is going to look for the Mariners, and what is Pollock's role for this team. As we saw this tweet from Jeff Passan, outfielder AJ Pollock and the Mariners are in agreement on a 1-year, $7 million deal. Pending a physical, Pollock is 35, who crushes left-handed pitching and joins new acquisitions Teoscar Hernandez and Colton Wong in the Mariners lineup. And yeah, Jeff Passan is right. In 2022, AJ Pollock hit 245, 292, 389 with a 92 WRC plus. He was pretty below average. He only hit 14 home runs with 61 runs and 56 RBI. But when the Mariners were originally looking at Pollock, we talked about his splits, and in 2022 he hit 286 versus lefties and only 231 versus righties. He had 11 of his home runs versus lefties and only 3 of them versus righties, meaning that he's probably going to platoon with Jarred Kelenic in left field against left-handed pitching. For comparison, Kelenic is a 157 hitter versus lefties. Now, of course, versus righties, he's only a 175 hitter, but needless to say, he has a lot of trouble with left-handed pitching. Compare that to 285 against lefties for AJ Pollock in his career, and it's pretty clear where AJ Pollock fits in this lineup. He will be hitting against lefties, playing left field for the Seattle Mariners, and of course, Jarred Kelenic will probably be playing against righties. Pollock also gives you an option at DH. He also makes it so you don't always have to have Teoscar Hernandez in the outfield. If you want to put Pollock in right, keep Kelenic in left, and have Teo at DH, that is also an option. Pollock is not a sexy pick by any stretch of the imagination. He has pretty pedestrian numbers overall throughout his career, but there have been years where he's been quite a good player with a 3.1 WAR just back in 2021. That was the first time he had eclipsed 1 WAR since 2018 with the Diamondbacks, and he had a really good year in 2015 where he had a 6.8 WAR, hitting 315, 367, 498 with a 131 WRC plus. As you guys can see, we have some red here for AJ Pollock. His max exit velocity, his hard hit percentage. He hits the ball pretty hard, especially versus left-handed pitching. Of course, he has great arm strength. He's not going to strike out all that much. His barrel percentage, so on and so forth. Overall, AJ Pollock is a really solid addition that raises the floor for the Seattle Mariners. He's 35 years old, so he's not going to be around for that long. Overall, versus left-handed pitching, this is a lineup I would see the Mariners going with Pollock leading off in left field, with Julio batting second, Teoscar in right field batting third, Eugenio Suarez at third base batting fourth, Ty France at first base batting fifth, Tom Murphy is who I would assume be the catcher. I don't know why I put his first name here, LOL. Dylan Moore at the DH spot, which is, I know, kind of weird to think about, but I mean, realistically, he does crush lefties. Colton Wong at second base, and of course, JP Crawford at short. Overall, AJ Pollock is a solid player to add to the Mariners roster. He's not going to break the bank, and he just set the record for a bat that Jerry Dipoto has signed. This is the most money that Jerry Dipoto has signed a major league bat to in his time with the Mariners. We heard that the Mariners had a deal on the table for Pollock before, and now it's official. AJ Pollock is finally a Mariner. There's still some pieces the Mariners need to move, including Chris Flex. We have that video on the screen now. Appreciate you guys watching this one, and go Mariners.